Welcome to Mr. Night Terrors. I'm your guide into the darkness, and tonight I've got 3 true stories from San Francisco that will make your skin crawl. Lived by those who face the unknown, these tales will drag you into the heart of terror. Buckle up. Let's go. Story 1. The Ghosts of the Escape. My name's Alex, a historian hooked on all crimes. The Alcatraz escape of '62. It's my obsession. Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers, Clarence and John, pulled off the impossible, vanishing from the world's toughest prison. And I had to know what happened. In 2025, I stepped onto Alcatraz Island, my heart racing with anticipation. I'd read everything about the escape. Those guys crafted fake heads from plaster and hair to fool the guards, dug through walls with spoons, and patched together a raft from stolen raincoats. Some say they made it to freedom. Others swear they drowned in the icy bay. But there's a darker rumor. Their souls are trapped on that rock. I joined a night tour, the kind where the prison's shadows seemed to move. The air was damp, heavy, like it was holding its breath. Our footsteps echoed, loud like a pulse in the dark. In Frank Morris's cell, the guide's voice faded as I felt something, a chill, like eyes on me. I lagged behind, snapping photos, desperate to capture the truth. Alone in the cell, the temperature plummeted. Footsteps, slow, deliberate, scraped behind me. I spun around. Nothing. My flashlight flickered and a shadow, fast like a breath, slid across the wall. I bolted back to the group, my chest tight, my breath ragged. That night, in my hotel, sleep wouldn't come. I dug online, found stories of guards hearing voices, tourists seeing shapes in the cells. I had to go back. The next day, I slipped into Morris's cell alone. Behind the bunk, I spotted a crack in the wall. My hand shook as I reached in and pulled out a brittle, yellowed letter. The words scrawled in panic read, "If you find this, we didn't make it. We're not alone. Others want out." The lights snapped off. A low, guttural laugh filled the cell. I screamed. A figure loomed. Frank Morris, his face hollow, eyes like voids. "Alex," he rasped, my name curling from his lips. The cell door slammed shut. I stumbled, blind, toward the exit, his cold breath grazing my neck. Outside, gasping, I saw 3 shapes on the shore staring. I blinked and they were gone. On the ferry back, I found a soggy note in my pocket. One I swear wasn't there before. It said we never left. I haven't set foot on Alcatraz since. But every night, in the quiet, I feel them watching. Here's the real deal. Back on June 11th, 1962, Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers pulled off the most daring escape in Alcatraz history. They left behind dummy heads, a raft made of raincoats, and a mystery that's never been solved. The FBI searched for years, found bits of their gear in the bay, but no bodies. By 1979, they called it quits, saying the men probably drowned. Yet visitors and guards still talk about eerie voices, footsteps, and shadows in those cells, like the island's holding on to its darkest secrets. Story 2, Echoes in the Dark. I'm Sofia, a journalist who chases stories for a living. In 2025, I was working on a piece about haunted spots in San Francisco. I didn't believe in ghosts. The Presidio, that place had my curiosity. The Presidio's been a military fort since 1776. Spanish, Mexican, American, you name it. Its tunnels, built for World War II, are like veins under the earth, sealed off, forgotten. People say soldiers' spirits still roam there. I laughed it off, got permission to explore, and went in solo with my camera and recorder, ready to prove it was all nonsense. The tunnel entrance was a stone arch, slick with moss. Darkness hit me like a wall, the air thick with the smell of wet dirt. My flashlight barely dented the black. I recorded my thoughts, joking about the silence, until a whisper cut through. Get out. I froze, spun around. Empty. My heart hammered, but I pushed deeper, blaming the echo. In a side chamber, I found rusted rifles, faded maps, and a journal, its pages brittle. It belonged to a soldier from 1942, writing about noises in the tunnels, footsteps, voices like they're still fighting. As I read, real footsteps crunched behind me. I turned, and there he was, a soldier, uniform tattered, eyes hollow as graves. He pointed to the exit, his voice a hiss. This isn't your place. He vanished. My recorder caught only static. Whispers grew to screams, rifles clanking like a battle I couldn't see. I ran, the tunnels twisting, endless. A voice boomed, "The living don't belong." Panic choked me. Then a faint light flickered ahead. I chased it, stumbling, until I burst into daylight. I'd been down there 2 hours. It felt like minutes. I dug into the Presidio's history. Those tunnels, the whole fort, are steeped in stories of soldiers' ghosts, seen near the old cemetery, the officers' club. I'm not skeptical anymore. Those tunnels, they're alive, with the dead. The Presidio story goes back to 1776, a fortress for empires, a hub for soldiers through World War II. Its tunnels were shelters, storage, secrets. No one's mapped them all. People who've walked the grounds, especially near the National Cemetery, talk of shadows in old uniforms, voices in the dark. The place doesn't let go of its past, and I learned that the hard way. Story 3. The Lady in the Fog. I'm Marco, San Francisco cabbie. 10 years driving, crossing the Golden Gate Bridge almost every night. Its red towers in the fog, pure magic. Until 2025, when one night turned that magic into a nightmare. The fog was thick that night, swallowing the road. I was driving a passenger from Sausalito, the bridge nearly empty. Then I saw her, a woman in white, standing on the edge, staring into the black water below. The dress billowed, her head danced in the wind, but she was wrong, like she didn't belong. My passenger gasped, "Is she gonna jump?" I slowed down, heart pounding. She turned, her face pale as bone, eyes like empty sockets. "Lady, don't!" I shouted, jumping out, but before I could reach her, she leaped silently into the void. I ran to the railing, scanning the water, and nothing! The wind screamed, and a faint wail echoed, chilling me to my core. I called the cops, shaking. They searched. No body, no trace. An officer sighed. "You saw the lady in white. Been reports for years. Some poor soul who jumped long ago." My passenger was a mess, and I was worse. At home, I hit the internet, found stories of bridge ghosts, screams in the fog, a woman from the 40s, maybe Eleanor, who lost her love in the war and ended it all. A week later, I had to cross again. Same spot, same fog. And there they were, the woman and a man in a soldier's uniform. They locked hands, looked at me, and jumped. I called the cops again. Nothing. I don't drive the bridge at night anymore. But when I pass, the fog feels alive, whispering my name. Golden Gate Bridge, finished in 1937, is a marvel, but it's got a dark side. Over 1,600 people have jumped, their stories swallowed by the bay. Locals and drivers talk of screams, figures vanishing in the fog, tied to those lost souls. The lady in white? She's real to those who've seen her, and I'm one of them. That's the dark heart of San Francisco, folks. Did these stories crawl under your skin? Drop a comment, tell me what you think, and subscribe to Mr. Night Terrors for more chills. But listen, skip that subscribe button. And the lady in white, might find you in the fog. See you next time. If you dare,